Atlantic Lottery is proud to sponsor important community initiatives like this year's Canada Games.
Calling St. John's unique is like calling a humpback a goldfish. It's wildly different here.
Hello.
Hi, remember me? We bought your old house.
Yes.
We brought some mail.
Oh.
Hey.
The diaper subscription. I forgot to cancel it.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet the memories are coming back now. The Bebo app helps you keep an eye on where your money's going.
Like how?
Well, for one, it would have told you this subscription price had gone up multiple times.
It's a lot of diapers.
Well, extra's good. So where's the baby?
Oh, he's right here. This is the baby.
And that ain't no baby.
I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. No, never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time. I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. No, never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time. I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. No, never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time.
And Thursday evening here at the field house of the campus of Memorial University. Hello, sports fans. Brian Rogers, Bill Hart back here, part of the Universal Media Inc. team, as we bring you the final match of a long day here at the field house at Munn. This is men's preliminary action in Pool C with the Northwest Territories taking on the Yukon. Bill, what are your thoughts heading into this one outside of thinking of sugar plums dancing in your head in a couple hours' time?
But you know what? You can't deny yourself an opportunity to see a great Arctic rivalry, and this is it.
Yep.
Pride, Northern Pride on the line. Northwest Territories, Yukon Territories. Both teams are wanting to win this one so badly. They know their friends or family are watching back home, excited, and so are these players. You know, they've come so far. And you know what? Listen. These Northwest Territories, Yellowknife, Yukon Territories, Nunavut, they have come to play.
Oh, no question. I mean, we've seen some great matches here.
We have.
We're going to see these two teams try, you're right, for bragging rights. The Northwest Territories enter this game with an 0-3 record. Yukon is 1-2, and they got that win on a match that you and I called earlier today against Nunavut. So, yeah, for bragging rights for sure. And let's see, is it going to be a 5-set game? Is one team going to take the bull by the horn, so to speak, and run with it? And we'll find out. I guess we'll get a pretty good indication once things get underway here momentarily. Yeah. We are a little bit behind that lengthy Manitoba-Saskatchewan thriller in the women's prelims. Two unbeaten teams, and they went toe-to-toe. And, man, that seemed like it was a really, really long match, though. And I know it went the 5 sets. Maybe because it was so tight and so close, that's why it seemed prolonged. But there seemed to be a lot of timeouts and stuff like that. But anyways, I know it was an exciting match for you and Maddie to call, and I know she did another great job, so.
Well, we're getting set, and the plan is simple. Northwest Territories still looking for their first win. They do not want to be 0-4 in this pool. Yukon Territory, a win here, they finish 500.
Yep, that's right. So, and there's a consolation game tomorrow as well.
That's
so,
right.
Two teams in the C pool are going to be in a consolation game.
Mm-hmm. And they want to build on this for sure for future tournaments.
Going to introduce the teams, and they'll do their pleasantries, as is the norm. So the Yukon and territories being introduced here before we get this final match underway on this, the 21st of August. Hard to believe, Bill, tomorrow is Friday and only 3 days left in the 2025 Canada Summer Games. It almost seems unreal.
It doesn't seem real.
No.
Just seems like the Canada Games just started.
She's almost go time, William.
Oh, I'm excited over this. I mean, sometimes the strongest thing that drives your team is pride. And these young athletes have so much to prove. They want to prove to everyone that they belong with the best of the best that this country has to offer.
So the official checking to make sure that everything is copacetic, ready to go. Everybody's on the floor, is on his card. And we're ready to go here in the final match of the day.
Yukon scoring the first point. Anthony Smith will line up for the serve. Ethan Stoker from White House, who played a fantastic game last time.
Yeah, he was so solid for Team Yukon. Another player to really keep an eye on too, Bill, was number 6, Nico Connell.
That's right.
Who came to play. Well, he made a huge difference for the Yukon in their win over Nunavut.
Yukon getting ready to serve. Hudson Sias sends it over. Yukon sets a play. Nice touch. Northwest Territories sends it over. And there you go. Looks like Northwest Territories was preparing for a spike instead of a soft touch over the net. Team Yukon will get ready for another serve. Oh, not out of reach. Nice little slap. Northwest Territories will try to set up a play, and they do, but it is out. Yukon jumps into a 4-2 lead. Couple of tall bodies for the Yukon if they're trying to block that, but too much speed. No chance. Aiden Widow of Tulita, Northwest Territories. Hudson Sias with another serve for the Yukon. Nice day for the Northwest Territories, keeping that ball in play. And that's in. Northwest Territories will take on the serve and add to their point total. Louis King of Hay River plays for the Hay River Storm. And that falls inside. Yukon will increase their lead to 6-3, take over on the service. will stay on the Yukon side. As another serve. Nice ace there from the Yukon. Northwest Territories. Cooper Jenks going to serve. That's a nice power hit right there. Cy McDowell. Nico Connell beside him. Nice 1-2 punch there. Yukon serves up 8-4 in this first set. And there's a net violation. That point will go to the Yukon, and they'll continue their serve. Referee was on top of that. Well, timeout called. A little break in the action here. Seems like both teams are starting to feel each other out a little bit. Very cautious in their plays.
Of course.
So far, so good.
Yeah, and Yukon got a big boost by that win over Nunavut.
Yeah, both teams have great players. Great defenders, great middle.
Get a look at the territories. Coach giving his team instruction here as they try to battle their way back in. And now a peek at the Yukon bench, and they're loosey-goosey.
Smiles all around. Listen to the coach and the instructions.
Yeah, they're a confident group.
They are. They want to leave this floor tonight with a win, both teams.
Well, as you can see right there, Nico Connell, the 16-year-old from Whitehorse, looks like a born leader already.
Yes.
At a young age. A happy-go-lucky demeanor, and brings that to the floor as well.
Yeah, there's four touches.
It's way too many.
Referee holds up the 4-finger sign, indicating that Northwest Territories will take over. Nice. Slamming that down, Ethan Stoker.
Lovely.
Nice fake, too. And that serve goes off a Northwest Territories player out of bounds. Another point, Yukon fastly increasing their lead in this first set.
Everything that unfolds in this match you're going to see as a replay. Just awesome work. Universal Media, based out of Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island.
Another name that we've said many times this tournament for the Northwest Territories is up to serve, Leland Daniels. All-around athlete who competed in the Canada Winter Games as well in 23. Yukon successful with that rally. Or are they?
Well, it's 11-7.
I thought it touched that Northwest Territories player. It did not. Point Northwest Territories. And Leland Daniels will continue to serve. That was down, no doubt about that. Yukon all smiles as they put point number 12 on the board. Managed to get it over the outstretched arms of the middles. Yukon serves into the net. Sebastian Honora. Anthony Smith takes a few breaths before serving for the Northwest Territories. Nice rallies on both sides. Yukon keeps the play alive. Nice touch over. Northwest Territories recovers. Nice. And that touch falls. But net violation. Northwest Territories with the points. There you go. Oh, yeah. From that angle.
Pretty evident.
Again. The crew in the truck are quick with the
Universum's
replays.
got us covered here.
They do.
And they understand our eyes are starting to get a little squinty.
Fantastic.
It's a lot of action, Bill.
Yes, there is. Thank you to all the cameras who are working here this evening. And that server's going to go out of bounds.
And all of a sudden, it's 13 to 10.
Northwest Territories shrinking that deficit. Number 4, Joel Catholic.
It was 9-4 when the first timeout was called.
That's right. Northwest Territories taking it. Oh, there you go. The middle's up, hands raised. Yukon stops that ball from going anywhere, and it falls in front of the Northwest Territories players. Point Yukon. Hudson Size with the serve for Yukon. Another good block from Yukon. The middle's doing their job. And there you go. Putting it where nobody is standing. Nico Connell. Nico Connell doing a good job there. Finding some space.
Picking his spots to lead the Yukon attack. Like the spread outs and distributed scoring, pardon me. Everybody getting a touch.
Substitution brings Leland Daniels back in. Serving for the Northwest Territories. There's Lewis King.
Out of bounds, and Yukon will take over.
Nico Connell. Northwest Territories sets up a play. Yukon doing the same. Nice defensive play from the Northwest Territories, but that ball falls short. One of the players trying to get to it. Looks like he slipped.
That was Aiden Widow, number 11.
Oh, yeah, number 11, he slipped.
It's wet on there. Some moisture. Or maybe just blew a tire.
Yukon setting up. Oh, and that touch falls into the net. Yukon will score themselves another point, increasing their lead to 18-11 in this, the first set. Cooper Jenks had the right idea, but unfortunately,
just couldn't get it to go.
That touch didn't go exactly where he wanted the ball to go. All right, timeout called, and Yukon up to a quick lead here in the first set. And Yukon, of course, they're doing a great job 1 and 2, looking for their second win of the tournament. But Northwest Territories, they want to win. They do not want to finish this preliminary round with a 0 under the W's. So Coach has a little chat with them. A look at some of the fans cheering on the Northwest Territories. And the Northwest Territories seem like they're ready to rock. And once again, look at this. The Yukon Territories, they're feeling good. They're loose. They're smiling. And here we go. Yukon serve. And that will drop. Yukon will add to their point total. Northwest Territories, number 14, Trey Curry comes in. Nico Connell with the serve.
He's having a time out there on the floor, Bill. Enjoying himself immensely. And
that serve goes out of bounds.
a little deep. Territories will pick up their 12th point and retain a serve here as Nico hammered it. And he just got too much on it. It was pretty doggone close, though.
Didn't go up by much.
Yeah.
Northwest Territories will begin to serve. Yukon puts the ball in play off the fingertips, and that rolls out of bounds, and all of a sudden the Yukon Territory is up 20-12. Little net luck there. Slowing down the momentum of that ball. Nice serve. Nice dig. Goes over again. Yukon keeps it in play. Here comes and it falls inside. Yukon 21, Northwest Territories 12.
That was Cy McDowell, had himself a game against Newfoundland as well. A nice match for the 18-year-old from Whitehorse.
Cy McDowell, outside hitter for the Yukon. With the serve. And it falls out of bounds. And Northwest Territories. Not correction, the Yukon. I thought that went off a Yukon player.
Well, they're up by 10, need 3 to take this first set.
Nice serve.
Wow, that was an ace, almost.
That was amazing. That was perfect. Nice speed. The ball just dropped as soon as it crossed the net at the feet of the defender of the Northwest Territories. Couldn't react in time. And here he goes again. It falls in.
Wow.
Northwest Territories thinking it was going to go out, so they left it alone.
Cy McDowell in the groove.
Is he ever?
And now he's going to get a chance to make it 3 consecutive points. Courtesy of his own paw. And here we go. Can he do it one more time for the victory? Territories are going to defend here.
And not yet. Northwest Territories not saying, no. There's still more that we have to offer. Well, it goes into the net, so the Territories, Northwest Territories, will take the point and begin the serve. Nice dig on the Yukon side. And
That's it.
that point goes to the Yukon Territories. First set ending rather quickly, 25-13.
Yukon wins the first set. Set number 2 coming up when we return to the Fieldhouse here at Memorial University.
The United Brotherhood of Carpenters and Joiners Local 579 is proud to welcome the Canada Games to our home this summer. UBC Local 579, building great things in Newfoundland and Labrador.
Back here live at the Fieldhouse on the campus of Memorial University here in Midtown St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador, on a Thursday evening. Final match of day 3 volleyball competition for the men and women. This is the end of the preliminaries. We're in C pool here with Yukon taking the first set over the Northwest Territories and trying to even the record up here in C pool play at 2 wins and 2 losses in their matches. So the Territories trying to break into the win column. They're 0-3. The Yukon have got some real big hitters there, Bill.
Yes.
And Ethan Stoker and Nico Connell. Of course, then Cy McDowell to add to that as well. I mean, I'm sure they're going to utilize their entire bench. And the Territories are going to have to dig down here and look to have a few of their players step up and carry them. We think about Leland Daniels, the 17-year-old from Fort Smith, is one of those players that we've mentioned his name frequently.
Well, all Yukon has to do is play like they played in that first set. Both sides of the ball, very successful. Not a lot of service errors. Some great defense. They're lining up, their middles are lining up and blocking any shots that the Northwest Territories throw their way. And they're also finding open ground with those light touches.
Both of these northern neighbors of ours have 15-year-old in their lineup. Grady McLeod from Whitehorse is the youngest member of Team Yukon. And Anthony Smith, number 12 from Fort Smith, is 15 years of age as well. And then, of course, the Territories with two 16-year-olds as well, Trey Wallington and Cooper Jenks from Inuvik. And not to be outdone, Nico Connell of Whitehorse, one of the hard hitters here for the Yukon, is also 16. So they're relatively young.
Yes. Well, once again, we got a delay with referee and rotation issues. Look around and confirm that everything is A-OK and by the rules.
Well, that's just one thing that's kind of mystifying to me. If I
Yes,
throw that out there,
is.
I figured that once your lineups are set, I know you're rotating and such, but thought it might be a little more simplistic than maybe it is. But who am I? I'm not an official. The official gets it right, and here we go.
Yeah, double touch violation against Yukon. Northwest Territories will take over.
Well, as we've heard numerous times from the crowds, you can't do that. So, did you see a paw on the net there?
I'm thinking he put his paw on the ball for a little too long. But he got tangled up in the net there. Could have been a lift too, but I saw the referee hold up 2 fingers. Northwest Territories keeping this ball in play. That play got out of the hands of the Northwest Territories. Yukon serving. That is out. Yukon will secure their 3rd point of the game here in the 2nd set. Ethan Stoker, the serve.
So to bounds, a little deep.
Northwest Territories. Caleb Swan serving. Nice defensive play, but that goes out of bounds. So point then, the ball will go to the Yukon Territory. Actually didn't look like it hit the defender at all, went right into the net. Northwest Territories trying to get something going here. Back over to the net. Yukon setting up. And point will be awarded to the Yukon.
Let's have a look here and see how that unfolded. And yep, right off the arm of the Northwest Territories player.
And the coach is so close that he got hit too.
5-2 Yukon up one set here in this final C Pool preliminary game. As we speak, Nova Scotia PEI in a battle bill for first place in Pool C in the men's.
Yeah, the winner of that will determine who plays the qualification games that will be taking place tomorrow morning right here.
Yeah, right
at the
here.
Fieldhouse.
Luke Munch and I will have the first call at 9, Bill, while you're still toiling at Coast 1011.
And that ball falls in. Serve Yukon, Northwest Territories. Setting up a play here, and that is going to be called. Yukon will take over.
Up 7-3. And a timeout called here by the Territories, it appears. Down by 4 in the second set.
So as we alluded to just a few moments ago, qualification games going to be happening tomorrow. These are going to be big ones. Qualification, winning these means you have an extra chance of getting into the playoffs, quarterfinal action. And this is great for those teams that maybe struggled in the start, but found their mojo after game 2 or 3 and started finding that winning formula. And those are the teams you have to worry about the most. You think it's going to be an easy ride, but so it'll be interesting to see winner of tonight's Nova Scotia PEI game. And once that happens, we'll know exactly who will be playing tomorrow morning here.
Well, Newfoundland, Labrador, and British Columbia both came in 0-2 this morning. And the host team pulled it out in the 5th set. It was quite a match. Huge crowd here, and it was loud.
Yukon coming out to the floor for 13. Getting set for his serve. Andre Benson of Whitehorse. Great serve. Northwest Territories. And a fantastic play, but it is out. Yukon secures the point. Leland Daniels with a great hit. Looking for more of that magic. Nice set.
Well, nice stuff at the net there by the Territories. Well done.
That's what they needed. Get that ball back, another point in their favor. He was airborne.
Oh, there you go. That was right into the net.
That was Benson. And Gabriel Racine, he's dropping that. Nobody's getting to that.
Nope.
And did that fall inbounds?
It appears to have been real close. I'm sure Universum's got us covered. Let's have a look here. And it is right there.
Look at that.
Wow, fantastic. Great work, gang. Even the day saunters on, it approaches like a 10 or 12 hour day. Our gang in Universum are razor sharp, bringing it right into your favorite viewing room of the 2025 Canada Summer Games. It doesn't get any better than that.
Does not. Yukon scoring another point. Northwest Territories will play 4 back in this defense for this serve. Once again, Leland Daniels doing the right thing, but things do not. And it did fall in their favor. What? That's it. I'm going down to the floor. I'm going to go grab a chair and go sit right down on the floor.
Have to put the lasso around your big fella.
Leland Daniels serves into the net. Yukon grabbing a 12-6 lead. Sebastian Honora with the serve. Point Yukon.
Sebastian, the oldest player on the Yukon team at 20 years of age.
That's
from
right,
Horse.
Go back to serve again. Northwest Territories going to set something up here. Great defense from the Yukon. Shot out of bounds. Nice touch. Yukon sets. Setters are doing it.
What was wrong with that?
Right in the eye of the referee's hand signals there. Whatever it was, the ball's now in possession of the Northwest Territories. A much needed point for the Northwest Territories. Trey Curry will go back and serve again.
Nice little roll shot there to pick up back-to-back points, 14-8. And serving again. Nice job at the net.
Northwest Territories prepares a play. It drops.
I think it went out, Billy, 15-8. Have a closer look here on the instant replay.
No, it touched the antenna.
Oh, it hit the antenna.
Yeah.
Dropped down. Okay. That explains it all. Way to work, gang.
Yukon with the serve and a big lead in this second set. And they will add to it.
Nice to see the Territories step up their game here a little bit and get themselves back into this match in the second set. They're down one set already, but they don't want to get railroaded here. But it's going to be a tough battle, but there's some positivity there as they pick up their 9th point with some nice blocks right there at the net. Good work there by Jake Stywand, Caleb Swan, two 18-year-olds. So, whoop, 18-9.
Middles will have to keep on doing that and get back into
Yeah,
this.
oh, no doubt.
All right, got ourselves a timeout here. Chance to recharge the batteries. Looks like we have a final over on the other side in the women's side.
That was women's action there, Bill, and I'm not sure if PEI and Nova Scotia are taking to the vertical
high
court
fives all
here.
around.
Because we're on the main one here in the main floor, and then there's another one set up down to our direct left that's vertical. Is this horizontal? I think that's correct. Best way to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
But there have been games going on at the Newfoundland and Labrador Sports Center as well over on Crosby Road.
Well, we're keeping an eye on anything and everything.
Well, we
that's
just
going
want to
on.
try to get a handle on who we're going to call tomorrow here. So New Brunswick, it appears, is already in that 9 o'clock game. And you say they'll take on the winner of Nova Scotia PEI?
That is correct. And I'm thinking that that was a Yukon Territory win over Nunavut.
I believe you're correct, Bill. Sharp. You are sharp, Bill Hart. Meanwhile, the Yukon in control here in the second set. (19-9), a 10-point lead. Some good D there by the Territories, but not
Nice
able
dig.
to take over.
Northwest Territories, and that's what the Northwest Territories have to do. Plays like that. Getting under that serve.
There.
Finding some open floor. Substitution, Leland
Yeah,
Daniels.
just a nice little soft touch. Nice little roll shot from Jake Stuywan.
Yukon keeps it in play. Another great defensive play by the Northwest Territories. That's 2.
(20-10). Yukon will retain possession. 5 away from a 2-0 lead here in the final match of the day. And we're here for the final C preliminary. This is it right here, unfolding before your very eyes. And the Territories scratching and clawing, trying to stay afloat here. Down by 9, trailing 20-11. Taryn Mabbitt from Hay River. He's 19 years of age.
Nice recovery from the Yukon. Northwest Territories setting up a play. Here we go. Defensive play by the Yukon, but Northwest Territories keeping it going. Nice rally. Yukon sets. And that finally drops. Point Yukon.
No,
Wow.
nice rally there. Good work by the Territories. They're going to keep battling, and doing the best they can. Right to the bitter end here. But there's no defense for that. That's just well placed. And
Yeah, Easton
back
Stoker.
to a 10-point lead.
Oh, looks like a little miscommunication there. Leland Daniels was faking the hit. I think he expected a teammate to take it. But unfortunately, that ball falls. And the Yukon Territory is going to score another point and take over on the serve. And that drops. Yukon 23, Northwest Territories 11. Number 9. Eric Manuel like to have had that again. That serve goes into the net. Northwest Territories will try to serve a little rally here, adding another point to their total. Down 23-12 and already down 1 set. Trey Wellington with the serve. Nice rally between the two teams. Yukon sets. Yukon recovers. Nice back and forth. And oh, nice dig. Yukon stops that ball from dropping. Northwest Territories. The rally keeps going. Here we go. Yukon slam. Oh, nice recovery. And that ball goes over. The rally continues. Yukon, Northwest Territories. Whoa, it's alive. And it finally ends. Kudos, both sides. That was one of the best rallies you'll see anywhere. Yukon, Northwest Territories, yes. Everyone applauding that. No matter who you cheer for, where you're from, that was impressive. And the Yukon Territories win this set 25-12 and go up 2 sets to none. Going for the sweep. Northwest Territories will be back in action next at the 2025 Canada Games.
St. John's unique is like calling a humpback a goldfish. It's wildly different here.
Welcome back. Munn Fieldhouse, St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador is the 2025 Canada Games men's volleyball. And we have the Yukon Territories taking on the Northwest Territories. Some Arctic pride on the line, but so much more than just that. Yukon wants to finish at 2-2, a 500 finish in the preliminary round is more than what a lot of people expected. So they have a chance to do it. The Northwest Territories, they do not want to finish preliminary play with no wins. They sit at 0-3 right now. Yukon 1-2, and this will be the last preliminary game for both teams until the consolation round, which will start after tonight's action. Yukon has been firing on all cylinders on both sides of the ball, playing well defensively. Their serves are getting over. The offense is playing well. Northwest Territories are starting to find their groove a little bit in that second set. Some fierce rallies, which we all witnessed, showing signs that they're feeling a bit of that mojo that got them going here, got them here in the first place to compete for the Northwest Territories. 1 minute left, and we'll see if the Northwest Territories can hold on for another set, or will the Yukon complete the 3-set sweep? Bill Hart, Brian Rogers.
Yeah, back, Billy. Just had to take care of a little business there.
Were you pin collecting again?
No, when your doctor calls and he's going to update your prescriptions, you got to answer, right? And as soon as I saw that, I said, okay, nobody wants to know that, but I had to answer that one, Bill. Normally I would just let it go, but I could not turn that one down. But back here,
yes,
Yukon up 2-0 here. So the Territories, I'm sure, are hoping they'll play their best set here. The Yukon are just so calm and collected here with the 2-set lead. They're feeling good about their chances here to even the record at 2-2. But the Territories are going to have to pick it up a little bit and battle a bit harder. I know they're giving it their all, but it's nice to see them score a few points and hang in here and give the Yukon a real tough battle. If they're gonna sweep them, or make it difficult for them. But the confidence is exuding as you see number 27, Chris McCarron, another young man from Whitehorse, an 18-year-old, had himself a good match against Nunavut earlier today when Yukon broke into the win column. They're riding the wave of that victory.
Northwest Territories got the start they wanted, scoring that first point, keeping the serve in their possession. Before Cody Adams showing some great reach there. Serve, a nice serve it was. Yukon. And that'll drop, and Yukon will even things up here. Nice height, nice reach. Forearms from the Northwest Territories trying to block them. Serve, Yukon. Well out of bounds. And the Northwest Territories will claim that point gladly. And go back to the serve. Joe Catholic. Latilke. Wants to play college ball, volleyball, or university ball. So he's hoping that the experience here will get him there. Yukon Territory find themselves down by 2 now. Northwest Territories back to serve. Yukon sets. Well now, Andre Benson climbing that ladder for that defensive block.
Andres, 17 years of age, from Whitehorse, celebrating there.
That was actually Cody Adams that stopped that. Andres was right next to him, which is what you expect from your middles. And there you go. Gabriel Racine. Nice light touch. Reaching up and over that net. Whatever works. Whatever gets points on the board, do it. That'll fall out of bounds. And Yukon will find themselves up by 1. Northwest Territories trying to avoid the sweep here. Yukon getting ready to serve with Cody Adams. Yukon really playing some great defense. Not giving any openings for them to mount an offensive rally. Northwest Territories will try again. Yukon quick to dig that out. Nice little touch again. Northwest Territories keeps it alive. We got a violation though. And that ball's going to return to the Yukon. Let's see if anyone touched the net there. Yes, a little. Yeah,
couldn't avoid it.
Northwest Territories going to get that ball back and an oh so important point added to their total. Jake Steinwan.
Lost the serve into the net. 7-4, Yukon up 2-0.
Cy McDowell with the serve for the Yukon. Oh, looks like we have a rotation violation. Players weren't lined up properly, and the point and ball is going to go to the Northwest Territories.
And they're only down 2 here in this third set.
And we're good.
The official apologizing there and then slowing things down and now putting it back in play.
A sharp eye to the referee for catching that. That did not go out the way the Yukon wrote it up. But all of a sudden, the Northwest Territories are within 1.
Cooper Jenks from Inuvik, 16-year-old. Whoops, there you go. So 7-6 Yukon, pardon me.
And now the fans of the Northwest Territories are, for the first time, really starting to show a little bit of enthusiasm as the Northwest Territories have tied things up with the Yukon. You hear it in the background, they're feeling it. Cooper Jenks with the serve. Yukon recovers, and that ball is out of bounds. Northwest Territories with the lead.
Their first lead here in the third set. That's encouraging. Way to go, Territories.
Nice serve off the Yukon player, and another point for the Northwest Territories. And you can hear the Northwest Territories fans from across the way. And I think they're going to get louder with every point they score. Already banging on the thunder sticks. Here comes the serve for the Northwest Territories. Nice dig from number 9.
That's Eric Manuel from Norman Wells. Northwest Territories, a 17-year-old.
And a double touch violation there. Yukon will take over.
Cy McDowell
into the nets.
Well.
Nice rally from both teams. Yukon setting up. And that falls inbounds. Point Yukon.
10-10. Roll shot there for the Yukon to get back at even terms. Lots of whistles. Yukon getting the point and will retain the serve. Gabriel Racine, an 18-year-old from Whitehorse. But it'll be the Territories who garner the point and will have the opportunity to serve. Down 2 sets here in the third, but tied at 11.
Nice serve. Northwest Territories desperate to keep that ball in play, and they're successful.
Lovely bumps.
Yukon sets and down. Point Yukon.
Nice work there.
Nicely done. Actually,
that was Grady McLeod on number 3. Yes, indeed.
Jake Stein won.
15-year-old, youngest player on the Yukon club. 13-11.
Yukon serving.
That's Chris McCarron. That's tough to defense right there, though.
Yes, yes, yes.
Andres Benson smoked it.
Yukon Territories seem to have found their groove again. Northwest Territories trying to get that ball over. Setting up for a play. And it goes down again. Another drop in front of number 9. Eric Manuel.
(15-11). Yukon retaining. The serve is Christopher McCarron. Gets ready to deal again.
Substitution for the Northwest Territories. Aiden Widow comes out, and looks like Caleb Swan is in. Number 4 with a nice touch for the Northwest Territories, Joe Catholic.
Soft touch. Drops it into no man's land. Territories trailing by 3 here in the third set.
Trey Curry serving for the Northwest Territories.
He's from Fort Smith, an 18-year-old.
That falls out of bounds. Northwest Territories will take the point.
Only down by a couple here, Bill. Yep, a little too deep, out of bounds.
Trey Curry with another serve. And that's in. Tough break for the Northwest Territories. Yukon goes up 16-13. Into the net that goes. Some very happy fans over on the other side. You see them in blue waving the flags of the Northwest Territories.
Not a large crowd, but an enthusiastic one. And nice they have something to cheer about. getting behind their team.
Showing some power there.
Yeah, that couldn't have felt great. Out of bounds.
And another point, Yukon. As they inch
18
closer.
to 14. They need 7 to complete a sweep and improve the record to 2-2. Caleb Swan was trying to go with a bit of a roll shot there, and he just did not get enough elevation on it. Couldn't drop it down, so the Yukon
kind of carried that ball a little bit. Double touch violation is what the referee called.
And
now
we have
we're
a
gonna
timeout.
get
A timeout here. 19-14, 6 away from a sweep in the final match of day 3. Preliminary action, men's and women's volleyball here at the field house at Memorial University. Bill Hart, along with yours truly, Brian Rogers.
Well, you know, the playoffs are starting soon, quarterfinal action.
Yeah,
We
right.
talk about the teams that we've seen so far. You know, if you're going to try to pick some favorites, it's really tough in a situation like this because, as we said before, teams that finish, say, 1 and 2 may find their groove late and be a team to beat. But Ontario, it's a perfect 3-0. Alberta 2-1. Also, Quebec is 3-0. And who can say in Saskatchewan? I'm telling you, what we saw today.
Yeah.
All powerful teams.
They're solid. They're big.
There are many medal favorites.
But then there could be someone just lying, waiting in the weeds, waiting for the opportunity to pull an upset.
I look at Manitoba as a good example of a team like that. Even though they finished 1 and 2, Manitoba is always strong in this sport, both sides, male and female.
Well, they've got a great program at the University of Manitoba in Winnipeg.
Yes, they do, yeah.
And there's one just, it looked like on the line, but was out.
Yukon sets up for a play, block. And they're giving the point to the Northwest Territories. A little concern from number 7 at first, thinking that they lost the point, but no, they did not. Good to win off his face.
Oh, goodness sakes.
That's why.
Now, that's a replay. I mean, everything's outstanding, but that's at a different level right there.
And again.
Wow.
That's it. If I ever play volleyball again, I'm wearing a face mask.
Oopsie boinko. Oh, my. Caleb Swan.
Just brushes that off, no problem. Yukon with the serve. Little free ball. Set up for the play. Yep, that's in. And the smiles on the faces of the Yukon squad.
Hudson Sias, an 18-year-old. Pretty fired up there.
Yes, he is. Yukon 21, Northwest Territory 16.
Well, I give the Territories a lot of credit for hanging tough there. They're not going away anytime
No,
soon.
they're not.
21 to 17. And the Northwest Territory fans are really digging this.
Well, the Northwest Territories had a bit of a slow start, but they're finding their groove. Nice dig. Play continues. Nice touch. And another point for the Northwest Territories.
Yes, sirree. 21-18. Eric Manuel taking that. The heater from Norman Wells, 17-year-old. Another fine block.
Out of bounds. And just like that, Northwest Territories are inching closer and
Yes,
closer.
they are.
Wait a minute here. There's a discussion on the go. Yukon is serving.
Say what?
Yeah. A violation that we did not notice.
Well, 23-18. 2 points away from a 3-game sweep.
That goes up. Northwest Territories keep it in play. Set over the net. Yukon sets up. And it's in. It is in. And the Yukon Territories find themselves a point away from taking this match in 3 straight sets.
And there you have it. Great shot.
And that goes out of bounds.
That's going to do it.
And the Yukon Territories will finish the preliminary round at 2-2. Well done, both teams. Yukon Territories and the Northwest Territories.
Yeah, it's been a long day here at the Munn Fieldhouse, and we'll be right back at you in less than 24 hours, part of the 2025 Canada Summer Games. Good night, everyone.